Okay, so where we were with the story was the summer in between the sixth and the seventh grade. I we'd caused a lot of trouble, my little friend and I, downtown, and it was that summer that my mom sent me down to Georgia for a month with her to spend the month with her second husband, her ex-husband, which was my half sister's father, and I went to, and they were very nice people. Her second husband wasn't a bad guy, but not exactly sane. I mean, he married my mother, um, so um, but they no, his whole family are very good people. So um, I they're very good people. So I spent the summer down there, and then when I got back, um, my mom had said during the summer, my friend had ran away. So I was like, yeah, she's ran away. She's gone, and nobody knew where she was, and she's gone forever. And I was like, well, that's weird. She would have said something to me. And so, and I was like, well, I need to go to her house. And then my mom was like, yeah, I need to go there. And I was like, well, yeah, yeah, my shoes are there. So obviously, we have to go get my shoes. And so we got there, and her house had been her bedroom had been absolutely ransacked. Somebody looking for something. It was probably those ledger books. And her brother was there, and he had been quite beat up at that time. And again, I'm guessing they were looking for those ledger books. And those sex traffickers were looking for those ledger books that, prove the stalking. 38 years of stalking in leather-bound journals. And so um, I never saw her again. I never saw her again. And I did see him though because he's a federal marshal. He's the federal marshal that came to my work to put eyes on me to make sure that I was the one writing those Google Docs. Um, so um, it's interesting, right? Um, so she was gone, and then I was really upset because I pretty well knew what was going on. And then um, at that point, the stepdad was still living at the house. And then he called me back over, and it's about 2 weeks before school to start. And you think, well, you had some punishment left over from last year. And I was just mad as hell. And that's when I fought back. And, but I was so mad. I was just so mad. And he left. He did leave. And, um, uh, right, he left and didn't come back after that. And then I went on into the seventh grade. And then, my friend never showed back up. Um, so then, seventh grade, my stepfather's out of the picture. So I was like, oh, thank God the porn is gone. And I do wear glasses, and my eyesight's pretty bad. It's like a negative, like 350. Um, so my eyesight's pretty bad, and I did have glasses, but I was only allowed to have the glasses when I was allowed to have classes. I had to like ask for permission to wear my glasses when I was that age. And I had been extremely, I, you know, I had been, groomed sexually as a child. And a lot of girls that are groomed in that sort of way are hypersexual. And that's the year I found masturbation. And well, this is embarrassing. Um, but that's what those videos are. So instead of that's the second set of child porn of me. Um, instead of of the BDSM porn, I spent most of my time over at my granny's house, and I don't know how they hid cameras, but they did. And then you know, I can't see, and everything is just kind of blurry. If it's far enough away, I can't see it, and so that they had hidden these cameras um, when I was a kid, and and started making videos that way instead. And yeah, they'd hidden them in the bathroom because most of it takes place in the bathtub, and they'd hidden them in the bathroom, and most of the videos are me in a bathtub. And I was not a cutter, like a traditional cutter, because my mom would often inspect me, for that. So what I had done is gouged a pretty good chunk out of my leg, where your leg meets your foot at the top, and I would pour caustic acids that I found in the bathroom into that cut instead of cutting. Um, I've not done that in a long time, but so if you're going to be inspected, um, for cutting, um, that's what I did instead. And so those are the videos. It's me picking a scab off my leg and pouring Drano on it, or iodine, or what the fuck ever was in the bathroom, and then masturbating in the bathtub. And these are absolutely things that I did do, uh, but you don't expect that your pre prepubescent body exploration would be filmed and shown to teachers, um, because I clearly had issues. I had a lot of issues. You know, you don't leave that kind of situation unscathed. Um, and all of the things that had happened to me, it created these mental issues that I was having, and that's how I was dealing with it. And and then I was at school in the seventh grade, and a teacher said to me, we are talking about girls shaving their legs, and I had found this paint scraper. There was a razor somewhere around the house, and it was just a straight edge razor at the end of a little handle, and I would just use it to shave with. Mhm. I don't know why. I don't know why. I know it's weird. I know it's a weird, bizarre thing to do, but I did do that, and then that teacher said that to me, right? And it's like, this motherfucker has seen my porn. How does he know what I do in the bathtub by myself? You know, how does he know what I do in the bathtub by myself? This fat fucking fuck in the seventh grade. And, you know, I don't know that anyone can imagine the amount of anxiety that that will create in a child. Like, you go to school, and one of the teachers says to you something, makes a joke about something that you did in the privacy of the fucking bathroom. What kind of fucking shit is that? How is that allowed to go on? How was that allowed to go on in this town? And I was mad about it. But again, I'm a seventh grade girl. There's not anything I can do. And but he absolutely said that to me, and I was like, because it was also a big fetish um, that they had. So I used to have this really strong blush response, because I'm a ginger, and so you can see my neck is pretty red, but the lighting in here is terrible. But so I would have a very high blush response, and that's all I wanted was to elicit that blush response. This goddamn motherfucking pervert, you know, this fucking pervy ass fucking teacher said that to me, and it was obvious at that point that this teacher had 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 seen what I do in the bathtub, and at that point it had been going on for almost the whole year, almost the entire year, because it's pretty towards the end of the school year. So almost the entire year, this man and who God even knows how many other people have been watching me fucking shower. Or not shower, because there was no shower. It was my granny's house. So it was just this claw tub. And watching me in the bathtub masturbate and cut myself. But not cut myself, just, pour caustic chemicals in a cut that I kept like an open wound, you know. So that's the seventh grade, right? So, I lost my best friend over the summer. Um, Gone who knows where. Her brother was like terrified to even be in town. So I did, like she had, my best friend had told me that she had a distant relative in our town. So I told the brother how to get in touch with them to see if they could like help him move and get out. And it did work. He did leave too. Um, he did. Um, he did actually run away, but he didn't run away. He went to a relative's house who was able to move him, and they had already spread that story about her being a runaway. So then when he ran away, um, you know, it wasn't a big it wasn't a big shock or anything. It's like, oh, they both ran away. So everybody bought it a lot easier the second time around. And even the first time was a lie. She didn't run away, and he did run away. Um, but that's that's what happened. um, and um, and I'm still a little more than angry about it. I'm very angry about this, and I don't know. Somebody asked me. I'm 48. I'm 48 now. So I've been, I'm 48 years old. So I've been, carrying around these fucking secrets for 40 fucking years. And if I tried to you know, say anything in my family, they were just like, my mom would just lose it. She would just fucking lose it. Um, so if you tried to confront her about what happened, she would just go on this fucking screaming fit. Or that never happened. You made that up. And you're trying to ruin my life. You're the devil. And so there's no having a conversation with her. You can't converse with that woman. And you know, um, and then there was no one else. There was no one else, and no one else in my life that I felt comfortable talking to about it at that point. But then there also was someone else that I felt comfortable talking to about those things. I guess that's next. I guess that's tomorrow.